What's going on, guys? We are here. Now, of course, the pay-per-view is not going to actually... Fuck, I'm giving away the matches. The pay-per-view is not actually going to start right now, but we're going to go down the match card. Traditional. So, we have the debuting Leo Kruger going one-on-one with the debuting Alexander Rusev in an Inferno match now. This match doesn't have really a story behind it. It's just going to be a great match. The battle of the debuters. Some background with Leo Kruger and Alexander Rusev. They are both real people. They are both in real NXT in real life. So that's going to be a match to see. My favorite out of these two is no one, because the reason I picked these two is because Leo Kruger is my favorite NXT person. But Alexander Rusev is just my favorite wrestler in general. So, honestly, I really love those both people, no homo. Our second match, number 2, is Jerry Sags and Brian Knobbs, the Nasty Boys, going up against Arrow and Tommaso Ciampa now. Arrow's kind of a lost cause in this match. It's just that I really wanted him on the match card, so I threw him in there. Tommaso Ciampa, which you did see, nearly just pinned Typhoon, and Typhoon was the number 1 contender. So, with that performance that Tommaso Ciampa put on, he's now facing Typhoon's little minions, the Nasty Boys now. For Tommaso Ciampa, it will not be the last time you'll see him after this pay-per-view. It's a 50-50 chance, honestly, because if Typhoon prevails in his match against Wild Thing for the title, you gotta admit, it's either down to Wild Thing to contend for him, or Mr. Ciampa here to be a contender. So yeah, that's that match. And this is the match I really wanted to get to. It's a one-on-one bout. Actually, it's a first blood bout. It's a first blood match between Extreme Tiger and Chaos. Sorry, the top of my mouth itches like hell. Oh, yeah. Alright. Now, there is a story behind this match, but I will be releasing some promos. So, to know the story behind this match, I will have a promo out probably tonight. Now, here we got the rivalries between Nemesis and Stan Wayne in a last man standing match. If you don't know the rivalry between these two, even though you probably don't, because for some reason I couldn't post ECW at all. I couldn't post the second part of NXT. I fucking couldn't, like it was just impossible. So yeah, really. Here we go. Brock Bentley versus Prince Devitt now. Brock Bentley versus Prince Devitt. I think in the second part of NXT that you guys cannot see, Prince Devitt had a match between Mr. Nakamura, and he beat Mr. Nakamura, and Brock Bentley came out at the end and just stood at the stage while he trash talked. The Wild Thing versus Typhoon. Wait, this match is an Extreme Rules match. The Wild Thing versus Typhoon for the NXT Championship. Now, this match is already self-explanatory, guys. In the very first week of NXT, after Wild Thing won his very first match, I'm pretty sure Typhoon came out and attacked him with a steel bar. No. As soon as the Wild Thing was entering to go into his very first match, I believe Typhoon came out and attacked him, hit it from the back 2 times, and then threw him in the ring. So yeah, that's the first story behind this match. Now, the second week after Typhoon went up against Tommaso Ciampa and barely won, the Wild Thing had a match later that night. So the Typhoon versus Tommaso Ciampa, you guys can see. It's up there. Now, what you can't see is that Typhoon interrupted a match, literally. It was the Wild Thing versus someone. And whoever the Wild Thing was facing got knocked the fuck out by Typhoon at the top of the stage, and Typhoon entered himself in the match against the Wild Thing. the Wild Thing came up with this new move, which was supposed to be the title of the video that I was supposed to put out of part 2 of NXT. He came up with the sickening new move, and it put Typhoon away for the 1, 2, 3 count. Typhoon's excuse for losing to the Wild Thing was it didn't matter. It was not a title match. So, you guys, that is the match card. Every match really has a story behind it except for... Wait, let me run down this. I only ran down with the part that you couldn't see now. The part that you did see was the first week of NXT. It was supposed to be Arrow versus Prince Devitt, and Arrow's debut match. But then another man debuted, and that was Brock Bentley. And Brock Bentley debuted the same way that Typhoon entered himself in the match with the Wild Thing. He attacked Arrow at the top of the stage and entered himself into the match with Prince Devitt. Prince Devitt was put away by Brock Bentley. And Brock Bentley did fight and defeat Prince Devitt. And you guys can see that match. So, yeah. Quick rundown of what the matches are, what you guys are going to be in store for. NXT Pure Glory. It's going to be a sexy arena. It's going to be a SC arena. SC is just another way of saying sexy. And on Sunday, next Sunday, not tomorrow, guys getting confused as fuck. Next Sunday, I'll just be posting not the whole pay-per-view at once, but just a fucking marathon of matches from the pay-per-view. So maybe for like one part of the day, I'm gonna post Leo Kruger versus Alexander Rusev. Then next day I'll post Nasty Boys versus Arrow and Ciampa. Not the next day, like the next part, like, because clearly for that to be complete, I just have to start filming like today, so, yeah. Peace, y'all.